Would you ever date a gold digger if you were rich? I never planned to find out the hard way, but life decided to test me anyway. I made my money early. I sold a tech startup at 29 and walked away with just over $40 million. If you passed me on the street, you wouldn't guess it. I'm average looking, glasses, hoodie, sneakers. I still write code because I enjoy it. People usually assume I'm just another developer. I met Faith at a charity event in Seattle. She didn't notice me at first. I was sitting off to the side, half bored, half fixing a bug on my laptop. She walked past me multiple times to talk to a guy in a designer suit who wouldn't stop bragging about his boat. About an hour later, my old college roommate dragged me into the conversation and casually introduced me as the guy who'd sold his company the year before. I watched the shift happen instantly. Her polite smile turned focused. She asked more questions, leaned in, laughed harder. I'd seen this before. Two past relationships ended the moment my net worth became the most interesting thing about me. So this time I decided to test something. 3 months into dating, I told Faith I'd lost everything. I said a bad crypto investment wiped me out and that legal trouble was coming. I backed it up with fake documents and panic-filled conversations. I even rented a small studio apartment in a rougher part of town and moved there for the weekend. When I showed her the place, I braced myself. She looked around at the mismatched furniture and said, "Okay. We'll make it work." That was when the real test began. Faith was a pediatric nurse. She started picking up extra shifts without me asking. She showed up after long days with groceries she bought herself. She never mentioned the house I lost or the car I sold. She never asked for help, never complained. One night, while I pretended to stress about job applications on my lumpy futon, she brought over takeout and sat beside me. "I was offered a job in another city," she said casually. I asked why she wasn't taking it. "Because you're here," she said, "and this matters." I almost told her the truth right then. Instead, I asked about her future. She talked about her career, maybe a modest house someday, kids eventually. None of it depended on my money. All of it depended on partnership. 6 months in, the guilt was crushing me. One Saturday, I drove her to my real house, the one I'd never sold. The gate opened. She stayed quiet. I showed her everything, the office, the garage, the life I'd hidden. Then I told her the truth, all of it. She stared at me for a long moment, then laughed. "You think I didn't know?" she said. She listed every detail I'd missed. The watch I wore, a message from my assistant, a credit card slip-up at dinner. She'd known almost immediately. "I stayed because I wanted you to know I chose you when I thought you had nothing," she said. "I needed you to believe that." That's when I realized we'd both been testing each other. We got married a few months ago. She insisted on a prenup. She still works at the hospital because she loves it. She still drives the same car she bought before we met. Last week, she told me she's pregnant. I asked her what she wanted most for our child. She smiled and said, "You showing up, that's always been enough."